Wow, well, that looks very strong. That is some high-quality sculling that we've got there. Spectacular. Really
they
fine
won this
form.
event last year here at Head of the Charles.
It's you can see why. Really clean blade work. That's very nice. I mean, sculling is spectacular, and it's wonderful to build up that kind of independence and autonomy, but to have a Cox and just be able to pull and not really worry about it definitely feels pretty good. Nice wide margin, and here comes bow number 3. So it'll be interesting to see how these margins shake out with bow 3 passing bow 2, but bow 1 having a pretty wide margin on the field. That's going to be, again, I love to say it, Los Gatos Rowing Club, edging out CRI, a river crew here, bow number 2. Let's see if they can make up some of this distance with a nice strategic course here.
So bow number 2 in Los Gatos actually has 2 of boat that won the under 2017 national championships.
Wow. Under 17 national championships. That's a really high level of performance for such young folks.
So bow number 5, Long Beach Junior Crew. Still quite a young crew. They qualified Head of the Charles last year. That means they came in the top 50%. They're being chased by bow number 6 out of Potomac, who are being pushed quite hard, it must be said, by Row America Rye.
Yeah, definitely giving them a run for
Average
their
age
money.
16 in that boat.
Wow.
They're going to go far in this sport.
Yeah, I mean, I know I did it myself, but geez Louise, it's really just so tough to be one of these young athletes. They're really just giving it their all. We've got the Miami Beach Rowing Club here, bow number 4. Oh, and there is some heat being put on them. It's bow number 9. Newport Aquatic Center comes by looking rather feisty, having
Their first race as scullers.
no kidding. Wow, well, they
They're
are
doing
making
okay.
quite a debut, I will say. They look rather strong. Looks like that was about bow 8, the California Yacht Club that they walked through. So huge shout out. That's wonderful for a first sculling event. Especially, again, we just were talking about this earlier.
They're going to make them do it again. They're going to keep them sculling. If they scull like that on the first go, they're going to keep them going.
There's the good news and the bad news. Good news, you're good at sculling. Bad news, you're good at sculling. And bow number 12, wow, rather impressive. We're looking at bow number 12. That's Maritime Rowing Club, another maritime boat here. We'll probably have a nice competitive time with their own fellow crew. Also in this event, being edged on by bow number 13, the Camp Randall Rowing Club Incorporated out of Madison. So that'll be a nice push for bow number 12 and bow number 14, the
California
Redwood
again.
Scullers. Ooh. Getting some close action here between bow number 10, Niskayuna Rowing Club out of Niskayuna, New York, and the Athletes Without Limits out of Bethesda, Maryland.
So Athletes Without Limits appear to be putting limits on number 10 there.
Well, they're not getting limited here. But bow number 15 is definitely making them work for it, giving them an honest effort. That is TriStar Rowing out of Knoxville, Tennessee.
And we've got 3 Rivers coming out of Pittsburgh. Coxed giving it her all.
Looks like the Saratoga Rowing Association out of Saratoga Springs. They will be hosting Head of the Fish next weekend, so wonder if this boat's going to be going out for that too. Bow number 17.
Best trophies ever at Head of the Fish.
Oh my gosh, one of the funnest. I mean, the conditions and the weather have never been good. They will always be bad. Terrible time, but the best trophies in the whole world. So if you've ever wanted a dead fish on a plaque, Head of the Fish is it.
It's the background to my Zoom calls.
Bow number 18, Canisius High School again out of Buffalo, New York. That's cold up there, and that's coming from me, a New Englander. I hate being cold. Bow number 20.
Manhasset High School out of Port Washington, New York. Oh, and we've got some level crews here. Bow 21, moving through bow number 19. That's Maritime Rowing Club taking on Christian Brothers Academy. And 22, Narrad out of Rutherford, New Jersey. Looking like it's going to try and split the difference between the two of them.
Oh boy. Going to be tough. Going to have to be very clear about your intentions, and those crews are going to have to be rather responsive because bow number 24 is not far behind the Niagara Rowing School out of, interesting, Vineland, California, though. Small gap in the field here, but as we've got the Serbia Rowing Club, bow number 25 out of Miami Beach, Florida. Coming up. Looks like they may have walked through bow number 23. That is a local school. Again, Buckingham, Brown, and Nichols. Cambridge School here.
So Westminster School, again, very strong rowing program from the Tideway in London. Doing well, moving here.
And another international competitor. We've got the Dawn Rowing Club out of, my goodness, Mississauga, Canada. Thanks for coming on down.
So number 30, Brentwood College, currently leading over Norwalk River Rowing Association from Norwalk, Connecticut, and continuing to increase their lead.
That's really the thing is, once you walk through that crew, you really got to keep yourself up there to make sure you can keep that line on. The last thing that you want to do is have to spend a lot of time passing a crew. While it's great motivation, you want to get through a crew and be done with it. One of my things that my coxswain will say that I quite enjoy is don't play with your food.
There you go. So coming out of Dover, New Hampshire, we've got Great Bay Rowing here at bow number 31.
Getting a very healthy push on from another Canadian group here. That's the St. Catharines Rowing Association, bow number 34. Whoa, looking like they've walked through bow number 28. That's the King's School Rowing Club out of Chester, Great Britain. And they just keep coming. Oh my goodness.
They're all
bow
here.
32, that's Nobles out of Dedham. Another local
bow 33,
local program.
Rockland Rowing Association out of Nyack.
Oh my gosh. Doesn't
bow
stop.
35, Argonaut Rowing Club from Toronto, Canada.
And another Athletes Without Limits boat here, bow number 38. And looks like that is another boys' crew with perhaps a female cox. A little hard to tell.
Well, it's the mullets these days. The mullet is in rowing.
The
and
mullet
you
is
can't
in.
Tell.
Well, the mullet is in everywhere.
Please say that's not so.
Oh, it is.
Make it stop.
I can't. Detroit, as they say up in Canada at the Canadian Henley, the Detroit Boat Club crew coming through, being pushed on by Greater Lawrence Rowing Association out of Lawrence, Mass. They're going to have to keep up nice and strong. Lawrence is looking to close up that gap.
Narragansett Rowing Club, looks like it's moved up on a couple of boats, and it's looking to move up on a couple more. They are not slowing down. Coxswain popping up a little bit to get a good view. So make sure she gets the exact line that she wants. Now crossing in front of the cameras, we've got bow number 41, Vero Beach Rowing. They've overtaken bow number 39, Ottawa Rowing Club out of Ottawa, Canada. Yes. Now have Miami Rowing from Miami, Florida. Where's Golden State? Coming through bow number 42, Golden State Rowing. So these boys went to Henley this summer and stormed qualifiers so much they got a bye through the first round.
Holy cow. I mean,
So
that's
they've got to have high expectations
difference.
coming into here. Very new club, doing amazing things. They're being pushed by bow 44, St. Catharines Rowing, who in turn are absolutely getting challenged by bow number 48, local school from the Windsor Boys. Sorry, not locals, my local, not your local. Windsor Boys School, who won Henley Royal Regatta this past summer, but apparently have sent their sea boat.
Wow.
And are still looking good.
Yeah, and that was the Steering You Right out of Scottsdale, Arizona. Don't hear a lot of crews out of Arizona, so that's really spectacular to see some representation from the Southwest and not from California.
So bow number 45, HOCR out of Nyack, New York. They've got a bit of the river to themselves.
Gonna have to sort that out rather quickly. That's bow number 52. White Marsh Boat Club trying to make a charge here over bow 50. River City Rowing Club.
Oh, at 49. 49's looking to go, and 49's looking to split the difference between the two of them. And that is Burnt Hills Shen Crew from Alplouse, New York.
Atomic Rowing Club out of Oak Ridge, Tennessee. They have a spectacular race venue down there. They've hosted nationals many times down in Oak Ridge, Tennessee. Really wonderful location that they've got. They got the head of the Housatonic coming up in just a couple of weeks. Be a great way to end the fall seasons for some of these crews. And 47, Medford High School. I went to Tufts University myself, so great to see some Medford folks out here giving it a good push. Rode over on the Mystic Lakes. That is some dirty water. So glad that you guys made it here safely. Probably like a crystal clear spring compared to what's going on in the Mystic.